The following stream has been approved for all puzzle audiences by the puzzle general community.
Alrighty, hey guys, how's it going? This is Cards of the Heart, and this is Mystery Puzzle Challenge, brought to you by Puzzle General. We got a couple of nice lower bracket matchups for you. On one side, we have the round 3 matchup of paradoxz13 versus SCT, and on the other side, we have a round 5 matchup, Jal versus sirniko. And to help me bring you this action this evening will be our esteemed tournament organizer, Dark Aries. How's it going, Aries? Yeah, can't complain. Certainly not doing as much work as you preparing for pre-NASA and all that.
Yeah, pre-NASA should be fairly fun to figure out. It's happening next weekend, I believe, so...
Yeah, there's a good puzzle representation there, so on behalf of Puzzle General, I want you guys to watch it, because it should be some good stuff.
There also definitely is a puzzle block that's happening during pre-NASA, so...
Oh man, so much hype. Anyway, the game we have for you this evening is a freeware game brought to you by the guys at Dusty Room. They've made a few games for itch.io. You can find them at dustyroom.itch.io. This game is called Empty, and all 4 of these players will have to beat this game by rotating rooms and making objects disappear. And we'll explain more about how that is done as soon as the match begins. So I think without further delay, let's get this going.
Alright, there we go. So, one of the first things you'll notice is that this is a very different sort of puzzle game. The way that it works is that you look in a 3D space and there's furniture that has a solid color, and the walls have solid colors on them as well. And the goal for each level is that you need to make the furniture disappear by having it blend in seamlessly to the solid color. And it involves a lot of perspective trickery with rotating the rooms with your mouse. So as you can see them, they're trying to line up the furniture objects to be solid with the colors to get them to disappear. Like in this case, that orange couch. On Jal's screen, it lined up with the orange perfectly, that it just looked like a flat thing. It disappears. And there's a lot of order that goes alongside it. Like you'll have to clear certain furniture in certain sequence order in a certain order in order to complete the level. If you don't, then you have to start from the very beginning of the level. So
yeah, I'm not sure if you quite, but in many of the later stages, the objects that when you appear, they, instead of turning the of the wall behind it white, they turn into a different color that's usually flashing. That's usually flashing along the edge of. So you might be able to catch plant. I should say that it's an orange pot, but there's. So when you orange wall, white. So it's adding to the ordering aspect of you. And then there's not to. From coverage is personally, and that's basically I know everyone has gotten.
So for those of you who don't have poop net issues like cards, what he was basically describing is that if you notice the stripes on any furniture, it means that instead of clearing the color on the wall, it will turn into the color of the stripe, which brings in that whole sequential thing as well. The current example right now, I guess, is on Jal's screen. You can see that pot has stripes on it. When he clears that orange pot, instead of it going white, it will turn into the color of the stripes. So you have to be very, you have to understand what changes into what in order to let you clear a room. It looks like we actually have all 4 different rooms right now. 4? 2, 3. 3, I can count today. Looks like Jal and SCT are on the exact same room, while Paradoxz and sirniko are on separate rooms.
The
Looks
same place.
like, oh, sirniko just cleared. I honestly forget. It looks like SCT and Jal are ahead, or actually maybe Paradoxz is ahead for sure. I didn't clear the game, but I did make it to the last level. Turns out I'm not very good at games with perspective and color. Who knew? Yeah, there's a lot of perspective trickery that goes on here. As you can see, you can even flip the whole room upside down with the mouse, and that does actually come into play at times. You have to look at sometimes from the weirdest angles possible. Yeah, like right there, Jal had to flip the whole room upside down just to get rid of that couch right there.
Man.
Oh, Ski Craze goes on to the next room here. He's actually tied back up with
I don't,
Paradoxz.
Well, what I'm saying at this point.
I have a feeling my Discord's actually melting instead of Cards Poop Net again. Need to fix that.
Yeah. This is. Then you of the indie developer in the hasn't made a acoustic drum kit called Supernode, but when they can get their hands on a good concept, they sure appeared to know. So this one's pretty neat. I mean, this one was good enough to make an appearance in the finals of a mystery tournament. So that should speak to its quality.
Man, Jal is still stuck on that room there with the 2 couches, and holy moly. Oh, wait, no, I thought SCT cleared it, but he did not. Looks like Jal is in the rear. Sirniko and SCT are actually both on the same stage, and Paradoxz is on... Is this the same stage, or is this the later stage? Yeah, this is the one after, so he's gotten ahead of everybody else at this point.
Again, maybe a general thought to your prospective developers out there. Maybe have some sort of visual indicator of game progression, because it's really hard to tell in general where each of these players are at, and like even when I played this myself, I couldn't tell how much game was left to go or how far I had gone, but we can deal with that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out eventually.
We still got quite a ways to go in this match, it looks like. So it's not that big of a deal. Ooh, we got a bicycle for Paradoxz. Good luck getting around this.
Yeah, this stage is actually the one that I got walled at during my testing playthrough.
Wonder if you can hide it behind the couch and make the couch disappear. I'm just thinking out loud what to do with this.
I believe to get the bike to disappear, you flip the room upside down. Because as you can see, there's that same color on the ceiling.
There it is.
I think it's the same color on the ceiling.
Yeah, there might be a way to tweak that around. But yeah, you may not be looking at reality the same way after playing this game, because this game certainly wants to challenge your sense of it.
Kind of makes me want to go to an IKEA and see how much furniture will disappear.
So many people would wish it disappear. Am I right?
Could you imagine just like the headlines? IKEA furniture just all disappearing.
Well, the only way that's gonna work is if they paint all of them one solid color and display them in rooms with walls of the same color. I'm not sure.
Aesthetic, okay.
I wonder if the feng shui of the room would be affected a great deal by that.
Someone will have to determine at some point. Also, it looks like Sirniko is now on the same stage as Paradoxz, so they are tied in the up ahead there. It looks like Jal and SCT are actually on the same stage right now. Or nope, SCT actually just made it to the next one. I can never tell if they're restarting or if they beat it. Just on
Right,
a quick glance.
it's mostly the same design. Out of the way, Paradox moving on to the next stage. I believe this is the last stage. This is the one with the ladder. This is the one I recall being the last stage.
Maybe it was this one that I got walled at. This one seems more yeah, this is the one. Yeah, it's just colors and blurs to me. Yeah, this is the one that I was I think I got close, but once I hit an hour playing it and I was on this stage for like 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm fairly certain it's good enough.
Oh man.
Our resident tester, those crazy guys, did also test this game, and he actually did beat it, so we knew that it was beatable, and I was just being dumb. So.
Yeah, I figure at the pace Paradox has been clearing these rooms, we should see Paradox finish this one in very short order. So, might be able to tell this is not a terribly long game.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that the runners kind of reach half an hour.
But yeah, it's still a really neat concept, and everyone should play it.
I mean, the thing is with a game like this, it's kind of a crapshoot, because you either quickly pick up the mechanics and you're good at figuring out the colors and matching them together, or you don't, and you're gonna get walled. Like most puzzle games, actually, so.
Jal having to restart this room again. Just generally struggling with the mechanics here. Bit unfortunate. Meanwhile, SCT looks about done with that room that sirniko's been stuck on for a little while.
Yeah, and now he is on the bike stage.
Which I believe is one stage behind, so if Paradox does run into a wall at this point, I mean, a couple of walls have been cleared, but they may not be the right walls. So if Paradox gets stuck on this stage, there is room for SCT to come back.
Mm-hmm.
sirniko just cleared another room, so I do have to wonder if there's room for Jal to come back.
Just to remind everybody who's watching, the matchups are Jal versus sirniko and Paradox versus SCT, so while we're comparing SCT and sirniko a lot, they are not actually against each other, so it doesn't matter how they end up. They just care about their opponents.
Also, I'm not sure if this was mentioned, but this may be a good time to remind everyone these matches are not live. They were actually pre-recorded earlier in the tournament. So we've been mostly trying to get matches recorded and then play them back for you guys in these kinds of formats. That way we could bring you somewhat steady content on this channel every week.
We are hoping to get some live matches soon, since we are kind of closing in on the tournament itself there. But we will keep you posted when that will actually occur. For now, it's still just going to be these record first, stream later type deals.
So yeah, SCT has made it to the final stage, as has sirniko. So yep. Paradox and SCT coming right down to the wire.
Jal is just being left in the dust by everybody right now. Pretty surprising, because he was a fairly strong contender in the upper bracket. I believe he is the most recent one out of all four of them to get bumped down into the lower bracket, so...
I think I'll say there was another 3D style game featuring some sort of color manipulation that they played earlier, some Puzzle Logic 3D Flash game, I think it was
that
called.
One, yep.
No, they admittedly kind of brute forced a bunch of the solutions there, and this is not the kind of game you can brute force. Although Yes, Jal is done with that room finally. Whew. Congrats to them for getting through that stumper.
Yeah, he is just now on the stage before everybody else, so he can still kind of do this. It looks like
SCT
the stage is a
meanwhile.
wall, so
Yeah, SCT meanwhile almost done.
oh,
There it is. That should be it for SCT.
yep,
That is a comeback win for SCT. 17 minutes, 16 seconds, and his game of empty is complete.
That is
What an-
crazy.
Man, what a comeback effort.
Yeah, I
from
mean,
there.
he was behind the whole entire time up until Paradoxz got walled on this stage here.
And Jal getting through the bike stage pretty quickly from what I can tell. Now they're on the ladder stage.
Oh boy, this one's coming right down
Oh,
to the wire
jeez.
here.
Oh geez, I think Nico's really close to this solution here. There's only a few objects left in his room.
Oh, you reset.
Oh, restarts. Oh my.
This is... Oh, this might not be good for him. Depends on how quickly Jal picks up how to solve this stage.
Oh, I wonder if Jal's on the right track. Looks really close. Oh, I'm not sure they can do anything with the ladder. Can they do anything
no,
with that
I
ladder?
don't think he can either. There's nothing that
Oh,
he can
no.
really... I think he did it out of order. Yeah, there's the reset.
Yeah, that ladder, I think it's supposed to be second to last in the sequence from what I've been able to see. Yeah, solving for that ladder is probably one of the trickier parts about this room. Oh, sirniko maybe has something. Oh, that doesn't quite work. Oh, I don't think you can do it at that angle.
No, that's a reset. This
Man.
stage, it's getting to them.
It is a bamboozler.
SCT surprised, like, he got knocked down first round straight into the lower bracket, but he's been dominating so far. It's kind of like an underdog here, just coming out of nowhere.
Quite an amazing run, I must say. So we'll be able to see soon if SCT be able to continue
Oh
that
my
run.
god, they both did it at the same time.
That is pretty neat.
Holy
Paradoxz
moly.
may have been just a few frames ahead, but congrats on finishing that for Paradoxz. Unfortunately, we'll have to see them at some other time in a future puzzle challenge. But Jal coming through, another like 2 comeback wins in
That's
this game. It's
crazy.
quite amazing. Quite amazing that we got that. So yeah, SCT will be moving on to lower bracket round 4. They'll be moving on to face Green Z Saber, and Jal will be waiting on a couple of matches, namely SCT and Green Z Saber, and then the winner of that will face Pika Pals in round 5, and then the winner of that match will be facing Jal. So Jal will have to sit around and wait a little bit to find their next opponent.
Yeah, hopefully we can get through all those matches shortly there.
Oh, I think Nico's ran into the same problem, the ladder again. Oh, it's
Yep.
quite unfortunate. At least we got to see some really close matches with both players on the final stage at the same time. It's really what I personally like to see out of these matches. Some good stuff.
Yeah, it just looks like while they were slower on the back end, it looks like they grasped the concept a lot better, and that just led them to being able to plow through the rest of the levels there. It was less brute forcing and more learning the mechanics, I think.
All right, Nico. Let's see if you thought maybe it was still solvable from that area, but I'm sure Nico realizes at this point that the ladder can't be done last. He's trying to figure out which things can be done next. It's just that order that you have to take care of. See, there's the leaf on the potted plant, and then the shelf. Now, what about the lamp? Oh, no, that's the same problem. That's not going to work. Yeah, that's the same. That's the same predicament. That dark red wall's in Nico's way again. Gonna have to restart. But yeah, in a mystery race, it when players haven't been exposed to a game before, it's just simply a matter of who's picking up on these concepts first.
Yep.
And the JAL and SCT really caught on to the perspective ideas first.
Yeah, it's how quick you can grasp what the game is about and how you're able to apply everything within such a short time frame.
Yeah, it's the short time frame that personally gets me in trouble. It's why I took a very quick exit from this tournament. So yeah, more props to these players for even getting this far, being able to figure these things out on the fly. Oh, but okay. I think the lamp needs to be done before the bench. Yeah, this is not going to work.
I just love the fact that none of us actually paid attention to the final solution. It's like, we think it's supposed to be this way. We didn't pay attention to the last 3 people who did it.
Well, everything else seems to be logically in order, but yeah, I know I'm basically assuming that that it's supposed to go a certain way, and Nico is just messing up the end just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully Nico will try the lamp next. Well, no. Still not sure if that was solvable. Yeah, that tells you how much I'm paying attention. Jeez. But yeah, sirniko is certainly a pretty strong mystery player, and definitely put up a really good showing in this tournament. So maybe hopefully we'll see him again in a future puzzle challenge. It's been great watching him at work.
Oh yeah. Every single player that's been in the tournament, it's just such a crazy good showing. There's also a lot of newcomers to the community through this whole tournament as well. There's so many names that I did not know beforehand and know now.
Oh man, that pink dark red wall again, tripping up Nico. Just falling into what appears to be the same trap over and over and over again. I not gonna lie, I might end up pretty tilted from this situation if that happened to me. Like you have to wonder just how many alternatives there are for approaching this room. Let's see here. Okay, so there's that looks like a pot from a plant, and then the leaf plant, and then that, and then that other pot that lets you get rid of the shelf. So see, I'm trying to pay attention to the sequence. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got the right wall with the hanging lamp, and Nico is finally finished. Good job.
We almost hit half an hour. Almost.
Almost. That's a nice little short game, but that looks to be a really fun game.
That was the whole thing with this game. When Crazy Guys first tested it, he got a time of around 20 minutes. So basically where Paradoxz and Gel were, maybe a little bit over. And his one worry was that the game is slightly too short. Because normally for the tournament, we try to aim for a half hour to 45-minute time frame on solving the goals. But I tested it and I was just complete crap. So we knew that there was the whole range, even though most people in the tournament at this point are probably going to be somewhere around the testing times of those Crazy Guys, if not better. Like, he would be the low point for most of the players in the tournament. But I also just came to the conclusion that this is a really fun puzzle game. And if it ends up being a shorter time, then so be it. It's still a really interesting watch. And as we saw, we had 2 comebacks happen for this game, so
pretty wild. So I guess if there are no other thoughts from this match areas, I think we can go ahead and wrap this up for the night.
Yeah, I think that would be it. It's sorry for such a short stream, but that's really all we have. As you can see, this was 2 matches, but it was with a shorter game, and we are still pushing that lower bracket to kind of catch up, as Cards explained earlier. Jal cannot even do a match until another 2 matches happen, so there's a bit of a waiting period on that. Also,
I can tell you some good news that the SCT is going on to face Green Z Saber, and that match has been recorded, so we're not that super far behind in the tournament.
Yeah, it's just that
just so you guys know.
As you can see, we pair games in the lower bracket, so it's just that we need another match to happen so the game can be paired, so that way we don't deplete our pool of games oh so quickly. But one thing that I do want to let everybody watching know is that next weekend is pre-NASA, which means that there will not actually be a Mystery Puzzle Challenge stream. We will give it that time to catch up on a lot of matches, hopefully get a longer stream going, maybe get 2 or 3 of these matches in, at least 2. That's what the goal is, at least 2, from lower anyways. Upper might have a bit of a waiting period, but like was said earlier, the pre-NASA will have a very large puzzle block, so those of you who are interested in that should go give it a watch. And if you watch, just donate some funds, subscribe to the channel, anything will help for the actual NASA marathon. Since the events are not free, we do basically everything out of pocket, and it would be nice to be able to get some funds to help with the hotel and venue costs. So,
all right. Well. In that case, we'll go ahead and sign off for the night. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Puzzle General so you can find out when the next matches in Mystery Puzzle Challenge will be happening. And for Dark Aries and everyone else at Puzzle General, this has been Cards of the Heart, and thank you guys for watching.